and thank you, Nico, for introduction. In probe, we also consider UAV, which are not remote sensing sensors as all the other sensors in this action are, but these are new emerging type of measurements which can give vertical information from atmosphere. UAV means unmanned fixed wing planes, or they can be also multi-rotor copters. And the measurements are made with in situ sensors on board UAV. Meteorological services are interested in, of course, meteorological variables, temperature, pressure, humidity, and wind information. But some are also interested in gas, aerosol particle, and cloud properties that different type of in situ sensors can provide. And there is currently lots of research undergoing in different research institutes how best measure these different variables, both for meteorological service needs and then for research needs. And these observations can easily be used for calibration and validation of all of the sensors that we have got introduction today. Status of network, there is actually no network currently. Different national institutions are demonstrating through research projects and tests how best operationally use UAV-borne observations. And based on tests, what we have done in FMI and colleagues elsewhere, it is very likely that we get at least a European-wide network of these sensors in the future. Measurement principle is quite simple. Flight path of UAV is really custom chosen. So one could consider as a 3D, but meteorological end users, they prefer to get vertical information. In research projects, also aerial coverage of different variables is important and required. UAV is equipped with an in situ sensor, and choice of sensor really depends on balance between cost and requirements for accuracy and response time for the sensor and application. But there are really good sensors already available, so no custom build is necessarily required. And these in situ sensors require calibration, as in any other use they would normally be used. Challenges with this technique, there are quite a few still with them, because this developing technique, everybody understands that this is not quite weather resilience method, but nevertheless, all the measurements that can be done before, let's say, really stormy or windy weather, they are valuable for weather services. It's not always needed to get information through the bad condition. It's important to have observations before and after the conditions as well, and this is important input for weather models. Then there are different regulations that regulate use of UAV, and we always have to bear in mind safety of this technique. And then flying time and height could be one of the limitations, depending on country where you operate. And then this technique requires human resources. It cannot be left as a standalone system as all the other instruments we have heard today. But nevertheless, it has benefits. It can provide meteorological information for forecasters in the same way as radio sounding, standard radio sounding produces, but it can produce these observations in higher frequency than we can get with radio sounding. And in this example, we have some observations made every half an hour for dew point temperature and temperature, and can see how boundary layer evolves during this specific morning from the first observation during a couple of next hours. And this is something that we would have missed with our standard radio sounding observation. And then, with including sensors that are not traditional, then we can provide observations which we couldn't get with other profiling methods. Thank you very much from my side.
Okay, thank you very much, Anne. And I see there is one question on the pad from Luka Ravnik. What are the methods and sensors to measure wind?
So wind is quite difficult, but there are methods. Some use sonic anemometer technique for wind observation, and then you have to be careful where you set up your sensor, and then there are some probe type of sensors which I'm not personally so familiar, but yes, there are techniques. And then I know that there are groups in the world which also try to get wind information from telemetry information of UAV system, but that's something under development.
Okay, thank you very much. And maybe, yeah, you mentioned that there are studies already with the assimilating these UAV measurements. Are those already out?
Actually, yes. Meteoswiss has done already publication out of data assimilation with these observations.
Okay.
Others are studying currently.
Okay. Maybe if you can put any reference on the pad later on, that might be helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.